And then the only movie that I've watched this entire month was Army of the Dead. Zack Snyder's Army of the Dead.
Oh yeah, I watched that one too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was bad. It was real bad.
It was fine.
I didn't like it.
I was going into it with like the lowest of low expectations from what I had seen for like reviews and stuff. And so like I was like, this is like a fine like, I don't know, zombie like heist. Like, because the thing is, that sounds like it could be so cool. You know, like a zombie heist. Like, that sounds dope. This movie just was not. And
in classic Zack Snyder, like the heist was like maybe 10 minutes of the movie.
Yeah.
Like they had a setup for the heist, and then they broke into a safe at 3/4 of the way through, and the rest of it was just like, didn't have anything to, I mean, the whole premise is set around going in and taking stuff out of a safe, but they didn't really have to like do any heisting until they were in the thing for a minute.
And I just like, my pet peeve right now with Zack Snyder is he shows me stuff that could be cool, but like doesn't actually give it to you, either because he's not directing the DC universe anymore, or like he's trying to get more Army of the Dead movies. Like, did you see like all like the Easter eggs that were going on with like the robot zombies and all this stuff like
the
throughout?
Aliens,
and I'm like, okay, what like is this? Like, why are you like hinting at this stuff but not actually like using it? And because I was expecting to have something go on later, like, oh, those are actually like fake zombies controlled by the government. They're like spying in there or doing like. I was expecting it to be part of the movie, and then it just wasn't. And I was like, what was all this garbage? Like, I don't know. So like I said, I thought it was like a fun, cool, like Dave Bautista did his thing. I like him. Like I thought it was fine, but like I also went into it with zero expectations.
I went into it with high hopes.
You love Snyder.
Because I like Snyder. I like his style a lot. So I was like, okay, this is Snyder Unleashed, you know? Because he went to Netflix, he wrote this, he directed it, he shot it. I did not like the way he shot the movie. There's so much depth of field in it that it's almost impossible to see what's going on except for like very specific people. Like, did you notice that at all? Kind of shot it the same way that Joker scene at the end of Justice League is shot. Just that I looked it up. The lens he like brags about the lens he uses because it can get such like the focus in so sharp and everything behind it just gets blurred out, and it can look really cool. Like I actually liked how the Joker scene looked when it was kind of going in and out of focus. But in this one, it's like there would be scenes where in a normal movie you'd have the person talking up front and you'd be able to tell who the people are behind him. In this one, the depth of field would be so sharp that as soon as it would get like to the ear of the person talking, that it would start to go blurry, and then everything behind it you just couldn't tell. Go back and like look and pay attention. It just
You're assuming I'm going to watch this movie again.
Didn't they have to digitally edit one of the like the people in because someone got canceled or something? I don't know.
Yep. And that actually looked decent.
Really?
Like, I was pretty impressed.
I didn't even know that happened. So
I'm going to be
a helicopter pilot. She was all done on a green screen. Tig Notaro, I think.
I like her. I didn't know she was. That's cool.
She didn't do a single scene with another actor.
That is pretty crazy. I had no clue.
Yeah.
Huh.
So there's like things that like in classic Snyder fashion, there's moments and there's things like I loved the intro to the movie, the intro credits. He does those so well. Like the Batman v Superman where it's Martha and Thomas Wayne's death and it's like slow motion, artsy and cool, and you have like the director's name and the writers coming up, and it tells this whole story within the first like 5 minutes in a really artsy way.
Yeah.
And then Watchmen does the same thing. He did it in this one with the Vegas. Like,
wait, are you saying that he directed the original Watchmen film?
Yeah, he did the Watchmen.
I didn't even know that.
The original, not like the DC Watchmen, like with the big blue guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's Snyder.
Wild, I didn't even know that.
Yeah. So I would suggest watch the first like 10 minutes of the movie because it tells a whole story in that intro credits scene of like setting up what happened in Vegas, and then you can just skip the rest. But the first 10 minutes is worth a watch.